Dead leaves crunch underneath the noises of crickets, joining in to create a small melody for my walk back. The air, while cool, is yet dry tonight. No wind in the trees, the fenced neighborhood, dark, lonely, and quiet, though that being due to the late hour. My feet carry me to the familiar home, the place I know inside and out like the back of my hand. What time is it? Though it sinks to my mind, eyes weighing heavily, especially from the long days of working. Or was it weeks? So much more. All important work that means life or death to me. Sleep means nothing to me. It just gets in my way. I go on until the point where I might collapse. I've never earned my own limit, only at a few times. I give the heat to rest, to find somewhere else to sleep wherever I am. A few hours away make do, until the deadline ends. Then I could finally rest again. I slip past the side gate of the residence in front of me, careful not to push it past 3/4 of the way, or it will make a horrible racket. The last thing I want is noise. One huge noise that would wake any sleeping soul around. That would just be another nuisance. I don't need more eyes on me. Well, not more than the eyes that already have been looming on me since the beginning, watching my every move, staring, stalking. I approach the backside with that feeling of still being watched. I rather use this door where no one can spot me. Safer, less intriguing people to catch me from here. Yet with hesitation, I still have to. No. I need no need to look around to check surroundings around me again. Holding my breath, my eyes scanning in the darkness for anything. That feeling still looming over me, crushing its weight on me. I turn my attention back to the door, new locks and a new code. No one can get into this place now without the knowledge of both. I took a deep breath, starting to fiddle with the lock, and it jammed quickly on me. Great. A low growl slips past my lips, focusing more on this stubborn lock, a defect, but a welcoming challenge. My teeth grit, my growing focus distracting me between that paranoia of being watched and this damn stupid lock. I could feel it growing, those eyes in such intense stare, the image of a prey being cornered by its predator, just ready to attack and sink the most vulnerable parts of me. Feeling my heart started to race, I pushed it all into the final rough shove, and in short after, I was greeted with the heavenly click of it giving its way to me. Yes. I slip inside quickly, shutting the door behind me, making sure to lock it back up before it started moving towards the alarm system and placing the monotonous long code I had learned by heart. I scanned the room, then glanced back at the door once more. I keep my gaze fixed on the door, going through a deep string of thoughts. I stand there, my breathing being the only noise heard. My mind goes from trivial things as the locked door, then to the situations leading up to the reason of getting those new locks on the door. Then it came to me, all sounds around the place, the shifts of things either being placed in a new location or going missing completely. The sudden broken coffee mug in the middle of the floor. Those. What constant sound I could hear clearly, echoing, taunting me. Was it all in my head? Drip, drip, drip. It was driving me nuts, waking to the sound or coming back inside from a long day anyway. Always the same sound. Drip, drip, drip. Even thinking of it now makes my blood boil, my heart pound and fall into my chest with agonizing pain. I tried to shake myself free out of my trance, inhaling quickly. That stopped soon as security was changed. I gave a nod to myself, my mind reaching the conclusion that, with a bit of grease, the lock would give away without the frustration. No need to even bother with the turning on the lights. The basement couldn't be too hard to find. I followed my path down the stairs, letting the sounds of my exhausted steps echo loudly on the staircase. A few creak under my weight, always on the 6th and 10th step. The door moved without any impotence. The icy chill of the room hit me, following with a musty smell reaching my nostrils. I stopped, unable to recall where I left off. What was I looking for in here? I grumbled as I made my way around the room slowly, the solitary window giving the room a beautiful but unsettling glow from the moon. The lights cast an odd and disorienting window shadows on the hard, rough stone walls. As I keep searching about, my frustration started to grow over the amount of useless, annoying things gathering dust in the Crimmerian basement. In the midst of it, I caught a sound. The farther into the end of the room I got, the clearer it became. That sound again. I froze in place, feeling my eyes widen, vision fading into a limited field, as if a hypnotic trance. I listened to the rhythmic sound, soft thuds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I whispered under my breath, counting that second pass by with each sound. I am not longer really focusing on my actions, making my way closer to the sounds, as if invisible force urges me to go there. My body in front of the leaking pipe, the water softly dripping out from its weak point, clearly cracked open with the rusting over time. I continued to stand there, just stare. With my seconds passing, my mood switched from an unsettling calm to an aggravated state. My eyes gazed down on the leaking pipe with anger. A curse leaves my lips. There is enough at the moment to deal with. I don't have time for this stupid mess. I grabbed the tool hanging from my belt, lifting it into the air, readying to fix the pipe. Then I heard it, a scuffling sound. I freeze in place, listening closely. The longer and silence fills up the room, the louder the scuffles seem to get, and the more damning each drip of water feels, the noise as if it were alerting to the thing this location. Drip, drip, drip. I held my breath. The rhythmic drips only seemed to get louder. I could hear the noise getting closer, moving above me. I believed to hear something fumbling outside in the yard. Maybe it was definitely coming up from above. There was a whisper, a hushed voice speaking out, nearly muted by the sound with the building. I hear a click, twist, turn. With that, they opened the door upstairs. They got in? Are they in my house now? My thoughts raced to the possible outcomes. Was this person here to steal? My thoughts twisted up in my mind, my panic turning into anger. No, they are here to cause great harm, great pain. With the tool tightly in my hand, I moved down, moving quietly towards the door. I held my breath, listening to where exactly this person could be located. I feel my pulse beating against this tool, long, heavy, and metallic tool. The living room where they were, I started to sneak up, avoiding the 10th step. Then the sixth that had scared me alerted earlier. I gripped the tool in my hand once more, adjusting my grip on it. At that moment I knew what I was about to do to this person, more harm than what they were thinking of doing onto me. My teeth grit together, breathing things slowing to become barely audible, my back pressing softly against the wall. I pondered quickly, guessing the possible forms of attack. I heard them messing with something metallic. Not a gun, possibly a weapon, such as my own? A crowbar? A bat? It doesn't matter. I needed to listen carefully and attack them. Before they can get to me, my knuckles ached with the pressure. So eagerly I wished to peek out, to see exactly where they've been holding up, to size them up, and then take them down. But that was too risky. I can hear my heart pound faster, flooding my head. I waited with a bated breath. A step here, a step there. This person's breathing, laboring, still unaware that I know where they are here. The sound of metal moving and ringing. Their voices were silenced, their steps slowly making towards me. I felt my eyes widen once again, the tool in a death grip, ready to swing with all my might. Tap, tap, tap. Then silence. I can hear them breathing, words whispering under their breath. This is definitely a man's voice. He is messing with something, speaking to himself. I was about to almost sprint into his action, but no, I had to keep the upper hand. Tap, tap, tap. He drew closer and closer. A few more steps, and I saw a blur of motion. I quickly swung, a sickening crunch, followed by my tool made contact. The nearest movement, I could see the shock of his tired, dull eyes, his greasy hair moving to Tool's grove. No control. I can't stop myself. One hit is just not enough. I swung again and again. He hit the ground. I couldn't stop. I kept slamming the tool down in a frenzy, the same way someone kills a bug for disturbing. My eyes stared down at the scrawny man before me, the metal object under his hand, shaking against the tile floor where fell with him, his greasy dark hair slowly soaking in liquid, his other hand, pale now, and bearing the scars of one labor's and reaching out for something in his final moments. My breath heaved, logic and rationality returning back to my mind. I stepped away, the warmth of the liquid slowly cooling me. I shook my head and made a quick beeline for the bathroom and flicked on the light. My tool was set down, the rusting pipe echoing the loud thud on the countertop, liquid dripping off the ends of the pipe. My cold reflection stared back at me at the mirror glass. The faucet turned on quickly, going to work on washing the blood off me. Hands, my upper face, the dark clothing covered my mouth, doing its job in shielding the rest of my face from messy situations. I could smell the iron lingering around my nostrils, almost making me sick. I lay down close to the sink, letting the whole situation sink in deep. My eyes moved up, removing the mess of the black hair out of my face, that black unkempt greasy long hair. I stare at my reflection for what feels like hours, the mixed color of dead eyes of green and ice-cold blue, staring at the prominent scar upon my forehead, the one that bared a grim reminder and awful memories. I grasped a towel, wiping away the water, dirt, and any remaining blood that was on my skin. Too bad my gray shirt held onto a stain a lot easier than the rest of my black clothing. Then I might have been able to forget about it till by now. Sighing, my fingers threw out and brought out the trinket from my vest pocket, staring down at the gem hiding safely within the fabric. This trinket seemed to talk to me. It always had. Nathan. Over and over, I heard it all but for me. Maybe it was just my mind playing a trick on me, but that was undeniable. Whisper remained. I slipped back into the deep, empty thoughts once more, before I realized I had been staring at the gem this entire time, placing the purple gem trinket back into the safety of my pocket. I thought of the possibility of losing it. I would die to keep that trinket safe. I turned my heel from the mirror, moving back into the hall once more. The body caught my attention once more, the phone shaking more against the ground. I moved in close, staring at it without a single emotion on my face. Without hesitation, I stomped down with all my worn boot, breaking it into several pieces. Drip, drip, drip. The crimson liquid had already covered the tiles, feeling no remorse about my actions. I no longer had the desire to stay put inside. After all, at this location, there would always be the feeling of us being watched by those around its neighborhood of bars. I chuckled, a smile tugging on my lips as I moved away from the mess I caused. Besides, this isn't my home.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.